welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexa and today we're going to be doing a little Bad Bunny makeup tutorial, and I never thought I'd see the day, but Mr. Bad Bunny just keeps surprising us and he came out being the actual baddest perra. Sorry, Louis. His name is Bad Bunny for a reason, you know. He gives us the bad bitch anthems. He is a bad bitch himself. It just works like that. So I'll put up the picture of the look that inspired me. It was hard to get a good screenshot of exactly what the makeup looked like, but I'm pretty sure that this is like as close as I'm gonna get. You know, the little bronzer, the simple eye. I actually really like this look for like whenever you're trying to just get out the door quick, except for the eyeliner. The eyeliner did take some time, but we even did lashes today, so we're all in. If you want to see this look, please keep on watching. Subscribe, like, share, and make sure you stay inside and perrea sola. Well, you can perrea with your friends or your roommate or the people that live inside your house, but don't go outside. Okay, thanks, bye. All right, so like I already let you know, today we're gonna be doing a quick, very easy look that the baddest Bunny himself did in his video today, because él también perrea sola, and I just feel like we're home, you know, and he's just so thoughtful. He was just so thoughtful because he didn't even have to go intricate with it. He just hit us with like a simple glam, and that's really all it is. You only need about 2 colors, maybe some shimmer, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Excuse my acne. I just started Accutane like 2 days ago, and I'm doing a vlog on that. So I'm gonna pop on some brows. I'm gonna definitely make it as quick as possible. So I like to start with going under my brows. I just go in with a concealer and I basically line them up, and then I go in and fill them in. So I'll do that really quick and I'll be right back. All right, so now that we've zoomed through that, it's your choice whether you want to do your foundation first or whether you want to do your eyes first. I'm already on the steps, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes. I'm gonna use the Anastasia primer for that. So what I do is I normally put a dot on my hand like that, and then I go in with a brush. So whenever the whole trend of like carving out with a lot of heavy what is it called, heavy primer, or people used to use the matte concealer, when that trend started, it was started by P. Louise and the P. Louise Academy. Now I used their brand of primers too, but they used to crease on me sometimes, so if I use them I usually mix them with something else, but they're not my favorite. Now I noticed that they were so precise with their brush, even when they were doing like cut creases, and I saw that this is the brush that they were using. So this is the MAC 252S, yes, a 252S, and it just does a really good job of dispersing the product. So prime your lids, do that on both eyes, and then I will be right back. All right, now that your eyes are primed, another thing I like to do before I get to the rest of my face is I like to make sure that my lips are moisturized. So other than using regular chapstick, I really like using lip plumpers. So I love the Buxom glosses for lip plumping if you want color, but if you just want gloss and some moisture, I really like the Grande Lip Hydrating Lip Plumper. So it kind of does both, and what I love about it is that it kind of does what the Too Faced lip injection is supposed to do, but it doesn't hurt. Like the Too Faced lip injection works, but I feel like this one lasts longer and you're just not burning up. I still have the Too Faced one and I'll use it from time to time, like if I for some reason can't find this one, but this is still definitely my go-to, and I've restocked on this like 3 times already. So restocked, is that the word? Yeah. Okay, so For the eyes, I'm gonna keep it super simple. So I'm gonna use the same brush I used last time. I'm just gonna clean it off. I used the Vermona Color Switch Duo. It's like super dirty and gluey at the bottom, but it's the Color Switch Duo from Vermona. They've also collabed with Sephora, so they have their own version, but I usually just run my brush through them if I've recently used it. So I'm going to grab the Allure Cosmetics brush, and I'm using the Friendcation palette for this from Dose of Colors. I don't think it's, actually it might still be available. So I'm just gonna grab a whole bunch and I am gonna disperse that all over the eye, okay, just very generously. Okay, so now with the same palette, I'm gonna use this middle shade right here, and it is going to go in with a Wet n Wild brush. It's just like a dollar brush that you can find at like CVS. So we're gonna bring that right into the crease, and basically if you look at the pictures, and I'll see if I can just insert one here, all they did was follow the crease in, and it's super simple. So it's completely followed in, and then you've left everything else blank. So we're going to brush off the excess and just to add some definition, and that's like the lightest possible shade I could think of using, okay? Now this is already still too dark for what I wanted. Keep in mind, this is like my first shot at doing it with y'all, because all I did was watch the video and take some screenshots. All right, I'm satisfied with that. And we're gonna go in and do the same thing right over here. And then just to blend that out again, I'm gonna go in with more of this lighter powder, and we're gonna go over it. And just live your life, like just go in. So then I'm gonna grab, this one is just, I've had this thing and used it for so long. It is the Lorac Contour Palette, and I'm gonna use the light contour color, and that's probably like the coolest tone I can think of having. And I'm going to dip into that as well, and as precisely as possible get into that crease again. So then you start seeing some of the definitions start coming in. All right, and then with the same brush that I'm using, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the highlight color within the same contour palette, and as you can see, it's like a shiny white color, and I'm just gonna dust that all over my lid because he does have a sheen, and this is not like a hard glitter. It's very much just a glow, and that's exactly what we want. So it doesn't cut the crease, but it's enough of a, what is it called? Not a transition. It's enough of a difference. I'm gonna work on the rest of the face before finishing the eyes. So normally I like to put some powder down on my face before I add my foundation, but I did just start Accutane and my face is already a little bit drier than usual. So I'm only gonna add it around my nose area because that's Jackie Aina's trick for making your foundation not move, and usually the only area I have issues with it moving is in my nose area. So I'm gonna do that. I've already primed my face, and I'm using the Tati Blendy Full. And the powder that I'm using for this, it does add some color. It is Fit Me. So another one I saw, another trick I saw was this girl. This was so cool. I forgot her name. Oh my gosh, I looked it up. It was like Megan something. I'm gonna just add a screenshot of her TikTok here, so you guys can go follow her, because her makeup is amazing, like super amazing. But so what she did is she applied concealer to her acne, right? And she just let it dry. Like, she didn't blend it, she just let it dry. And that was her way of concealing it, basically. Okay, so in the video, Bad Bunny was wearing a very, very, very thin line of eyeliner, and the liner that I feel gives me the most control is this one by Beauty Bakerie. The only con I would have to this is that it's a bit shiny, so for my everyday wear it's fine, but for this look it was more of a matte liner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this as my guide, and then I'm gonna go in with my favorite liner, which is, as you can tell, it's been very loved. It's my NYC liner. This is actually discontinued, and I bought like 8 of them before they got discontinued because they were super cheap. So I'm gonna do that. The Fenty liner has a similar formula to this, but the tip on this one is still a little better. I have both. I don't know why I bought like 3 liquid liners at the same time when they do essentially the same thing, but they're not the same. Okay, so I basically just press down the liner, and yeah. So as you can see, this is not an easy process, especially because I'm trying to get it as thin as possible, because you know how you start layering it on and then you make it super thick. So on my eyes, I personally don't like this kind of wing. I like mine to be a little bit thicker, and I'm just trying to imitate what Mr. Bad Bunny had on, because he looked like a bad bitch, and who doesn't want to look like a bad bitch? So okay, after much trial and error, I figured it out, and it was very hard. So now we get to go in with the foundation. So my favorite foundation to use is the Fenty foundation. I am a shade 235. It definitely took a lot of trial and error to even get my foundation right. So if you're looking to try this foundation, definitely try it in store first, or get a sample and just go from there. So a step that I really wanted to focus on for this Bad Bunny look is, if you look at his face, he's not really contoured, he's just bronzed. So one thing that stuck with me a really long time ago was Makeup by Alo on Instagram. I'll write her name out below. She said, look up the definition of contour. So it talks about a shadow, and you know, a shadow is gray and all these kinds of things, so you always want to do cool tone for a contour. So anytime it's something warm or orangey, anything like that, that's a bronze. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't like contouring the hell out of my face, so I'm definitely going to go with something a little bit warmer but still add definition to my face, because I don't want to look like a huevo. So I'm using the e.l.f. cream contour palette. It's my first time using it, and I think I'm gonna do a mixture of the 2 lighter cream contour colors, and I'll just see how it goes. Let me see. The reason why I wanted to use this brush is because it is by Lorac Cosmetics, and it just does such a good job at doing the job for you. It's a smooth canvas brush, and I'm gonna be using all of their face brushes today, just so kind of you can see how they work. You see how I'm just like basically just patting, and it's just doing the blending for me. So what I'm gonna do really quick is I'm gonna just add my concealer, set it, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm using to bronze my face to kind of get that same color that he was using, at least for my skin tone. And then we'll finish up the eyes and I will do my hair. So using this middle color again, I'm going to grab this pencil brush and I'm gonna apply it right here under the eye, right in that bottom lash line. I had already applied a little bit, and I'm gonna go in with the lightest hand possible and as close to the lash line as possible, because he really didn't bring it down, or his makeup artist didn't bring it down. I don't know who did his makeup. Okay, now that that's done, that'll just give you some definition. You can grab any black liner that you have. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. One of my favorite black liners that's just like a stick one, not a gel liquid or anything, is the Sephora kind. I remember when I was in middle school and high school, I would beg my mom to buy me this. So you're just gonna carefully put this in your waterline. Just go back in with the same brush that you just used to put on that brown and kind of smudge that out a little bit. If you tear up a little bit, it's okay because it's waterproof. And that's gonna spread some of the color and just give it more of a grungy look. You see that? I like that. Cool. And then if you have the patience, which I'm gonna see if I have it today, then you just go in and, just like I did, go in all the way to your actual inner corner. Okay, and then with that same liner, I did notice that he went in all the way to the inner corner. I don't want to extend it too much just because I already kind of have that shape on my eye. It's already pretty pointy, so all I did was kind of highlight my shape. But if you feel like you want to extend yours more, then you're more than welcome to do that. All I did was line my whole eye, and just for a little extra shush, you're more than welcome to line the top of your eye as well. For the face, I like to make sure that I go in with a little bit of powder all over the face first, just to kind of give it something to blend on top of. So I just use a regular MAC powder. I'm like a B47, and I'm gonna use another Lorac brush. This is the Finishing Touch brush, and I do that. And then what I do too with this is I go ahead and take off the powder that's under my eyes and kind of use that to disperse along my face, because I already let it sit way too long. Okay, now with the Lorac Lush Powder brush, which is going to be the perfect brush for this, you can use just the bronzer, but one thing I love that I have is the Bobbi Brown Golden Brown. This is just a foundation powder, and it's like that perfect shade of brown. So his was very defined this way. So he also kind of has that long face though, and I have more of a round face, so I'm gonna try to stick to that shape anyway and kind of see how it goes. So I'm just gonna try to bring it down more than I normally would. Alright, and then I'm gonna use this blush just to add a little bit of a shush and a glow, because I feel weird not wearing any blush. I love blush. So I'm gonna use, it's just a L'Oreal True Match blush. I can't get that sticker off, but it is a pretty like orangey glowy shade. It's almost a highlight. So I'm just gonna go in with the lightest bit and brush that off and just go in on the cheeks. And just let that be both my highlight and my blush. And that's gonna be it, because we're imitating Mr. Bunny here, and he didn't really have a blush. Okay, so for the lips, he had an orangey nude situation going, and it actually reminded me of the whole Joseph Colors collection, the first one that Desi and Katie did. If you don't watch them, you definitely should. They're super cool. And I have the perfect colors from their collection, and then that's how I also remembered that the palette would be cute for this. So if for his skin tone, he probably used No Shade, which is this tone right here. That's like perfect, exactly what he wore. But for me, since I'm a little darker, I'm gonna use more Creamer Place. I'm probably gonna do a mixture of both and then just find whatever works for me. And I'm gonna start with a lip liner. My lip liner is gonna be a little bit more pinkish, just to kind of give my lips a shape, because the edges are a little bit uneven. So just something nude and of your choice will work, and then we'll go in with the lips. Okay, so now go in with a mascara of your choice. I'm gonna use the Buxom mascara. This is a waterproof formula. I'm not sure why I'm using a waterproof formula when I'm about to take this right off, but whatever. I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'm gonna decide if I do falsies or not, because I really don't want to, but I probably should, so I'll be back. Okay, so I just did my hair really quick. I had to play with this lash a little bit because I used that trick that It's My Ray Ray shared on TikTok. She shared it a long time ago too, where she puts the lash glue on your actual lash line and then you put the strip on. But I have really big lashes, so I got them all over my lashes and I ended up gluing my actual lash together, and it just looked really clumpy. So don't do that. But what I'm gonna do is my last step is his eyebrows, just because he has like bushy, maybe like not as precise eyebrows. No shade, Mr. Bunny, your eyebrows are great. I'm just saying, we have different eyebrows. I'm gonna try to make mine a little bit more, I don't know, stand up more. So I'm gonna grab my 24-hour brow setter. Now this one's clear. So normally I use a colored one, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand my brows up as much as I can and just kind of let them be a little bit more defined. And instead of sitting down, yeah, so do you see the difference in the two brows? How one is like more lit and then this one's all chilling. All right, so I was looking at the whole face and I still felt like I wanted a little bit more of a bronze, so I'm gonna go in with my Fenty bronzer in the shade Private Island, and with that same brush that I used earlier, still go in with that downward motion pretty much from my ear towards my mouth, and just be really generous because he was very generous in the video. And the reason why I'm not afraid to just kind of go ham on this part is because I go over this with my foundation powder just to set my face, because it adds kind of like an airbrush finish. So I'll go back in with my MAC powder and my face brush, and I will cover all this in circular motions. I'll go extra hard right under just to define that cheek. All right, you guys, so this is the final look. It is, like I said, very simple. It did take a little bit of time just because I had to kind of explain the process. You do kind of have to be careful because you can be a little bit heavy-handed, but I think this is the perfect look if you want something like simple and cute, and if you want to bring out your inner bad bitch that wants to look like Bad Bunny. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I will list all the products below. If you want to practice this, please practice this to stay your ass inside, because I want this pandemic to be over and y'all are pissing me the F off, acting out outside like there's not an order to stay your ass inside. I just don't get it. I really don't. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.